Welcome to Toski Strike. As far as opening hand goes, yes, we will keep on this one. We have progression. The last game I tried to record, it was like an aggressive mulligan on 7. Well, I might splice it together. So anyway, it's good to see Soul Ring, Thran Dynamo, a little bit of ramp with Kodama's Reach, and early game threat with Lana War Elf. So we will take that. So it's going to lead off with Forest. And that puts us on Kodama's Reach next turn with Lana War Elves. Yeah, I kind of like this. Let's do that. Let's go for Soul Ring, and then anything else we'll pass the turn to our opponent. We're playing Toski, Bearer of Secrets. Squeakrits. It's so dumb. The spell can't be countered indestructible. I've watched a lot of Star City game on the weekends a long time ago, and they ran a Squeakrits, a Delver Squeakrits promo. So anytime there's a squirrel, I just think Squeakrits in my head. So anyway, behind the scenes, let's make the land drop. That's going to be Forest, and do you want a Toski? Start getting some combat damage. Yeah, I think I kind of like this. Let's do that. We're foregoing the ramp to get the squirrel damage going. Yes, let's go Toski. Let's go Wolverine. Anything else, we will pass the turn over to our opponent. We're playing Toski, Bearer of Secrets, Squeakrits. Spell can't be countered indestructible, attacks each turn if able. And then whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Playing it's Esika, God of the Tree, Vigilance. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Other legendary creatures you control have Vigilance and tap, add 1 mana of any color. On the back end, we've got Prismatic Bridge. We'll cover in just a second. Oh, look at this. Let's go. Let's go Toski. All right, so we're going to swing it from 1. We've got the Wolverine. There we go. We don't have to attack. It's going to do it on its own. Swinging it for 1, that's going to put them down to 29 and be a card draw for us, which is very important. Maybe we hit on land. That would be awesome. If not, we can make it work. We've got Kodama's Reach. So there we go. Ooh, Seal of Primordium. So let's go for Kodama's Reach. It's going to be 1-2. Kodama's Reach on the battlefield. It's going to be extra forest. Put 1 onto the battlefield, 1 goes into our hand, make the land drop for the turn. And I guess we just go Seal of Primordium. Yeah, I kind of like this. It's just kind of setting the tone for our opponent. Anything else, pass the turn over to our opponent. With Esika, on the back end, we have the Prismatic Bridge. At the beginning of your upkeep, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature or planeswalker card. Put that card on the battlefield, the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So we'll see what's going to happen. That's going to be Esika on the battlefield. So not sure what build of Esika our opponent's got, but at least having Seal Primordium up to force it into the Esika line of play is a pretty good feeling. So let's see. Let's see what we get. We might just kind of ramp this turn. I think that might work out pretty well for us. So we're sitting at a 1-1. That's going to be potentially 3, which is not going to get past Esika. So let's have the Forest enter the battlefield. Let's go for Thran Dynamo. That's going to be 1-2. Thran Dynamo into Worn Powerstone. Into Lana War Elves. It's like playing Modern Affinity. There we go. And then anything else. We're going to swing in with our honorary Toski Strike. And we'll see if our opponent wants to block. Maybe we get through, get a card draw. Never know. They might be scared. We do have some pump spells in here, so there we go. All right, opponent's going to block on Toski. Toski's going to get mad and scratch Esika's ankles. And then anything else, pass the turn to our opponent. So we did cover both commanders. Let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors, TCG Player. If you're in the market to get some new cards from the new set, hey, please consider using my Bitly link. It goes towards helping the cost of the channel, and it costs you nothing, and you get cards, which is a nice feeling. Also, as a good quick shout out to MTGOTraders. If you want to play Magic Online on the new set, be sure to use them. They've got you covered for all of your card needs. Also, let's give a quick shout out to inkgaming.com. If you go to inkgaming.com/Jolt, that's going to get you 10% off any sort of gaming accessories, whether it's a playmat or propane accessories. Well, not yet on the propane accessories. One day, we might get there. And last but not least, I started a Patreon. So if you'd like to directly support cool content like this, there's a link down in the description below. But if you're keeping score at home, as you should, it is officially free time. So this is Toski Enchantress. You know, a little bit of extra creatures in here to take advantage. You know, Spire, creature that's unblockable, different things like that. But for the most part, this is Toski Enchantress. So hopefully we can find one of our Enchantress pieces. But opponent shields down on Esika with that Ranger's Pass. So we've got 2 card draw coming. And we've got Ginger Brute. Yes, go Ginger Brute. Go. Boom. I just love a deck like this. Look at this. This is beautiful. All right, so we're going to go and swing in for 3. Real Motley Crue swinging in right now. attack with all creatures. It's going to be 3 card draw. Look at this. All right, let's get the card draw going. Yes, and we're going to always yield to that because we never want to not do that. Return to the Wild Speaker, okay? And then we hit a land for the turn. So let's make the land drop. And I guess at this point, we've got a ton of mana. Let's go for Bow. Yeah, I think we're good with that. It's going to be, I mean, do we want to hold on our enchantments until we hit an Enchantress piece? That's going to be one of the main things. And actually, I think we might hold on to Bow. We can always go for the count. Yeah, let's actually do end up going for Bow. Sorry about that. I was kind of going back and forth, and I just realized, you know, we kind of do want that counter option. Because once we go for Snakeskin and Training, we might be able to get rid of Esika. So let's go for the activation, put a +1 counter on target creature. And we're going to put that onto Toski. And slowly start building Toski. There we go. Anything else, we will pass the turn. So if we can find an Enchantress card draw piece, if you don't know about Enchantress, one of the cool things about Enchantress is that makes it really strong is if you combine the Enchantress card draw engine with another card draw engine, you get this overlapping value. And it's just, if you can get to the late game, it really does help you out. So let's see what this Grim Tutor is going to be. If they end up going Toxic Deluge, that would be a major bummer. But at least we do have Snakeskin and Veil, because they probably want to keep Esika around on the battlefield. So we'll see what that Grim Tutor is going to end up being. Actually, they don't have black mana, at least available to them right now. And that's going to be 4 total mana. So maybe we'll get something done. But anyway, with Enchantress. So once you can, you know, that's why, like, if you've ever seen Gitrog Enchantress, or if you haven't, go type in Gitrog Monster Jolt. Gitrog Enchantress is so fun to play because once you get to the late game, you're going to be able to cash in that Gitrog card draw, which really gives you access to just a ton of value. And then when you combine it with the Enchantress at that point, or the lands entering the graveyard, you just draw a ton of cards. And so the fact that we can kind of combine this Enchantress ability with the card draw attack ability, you know, we're already going to be wanting to attack just a little bit. And with Toski, that's going to allow us to, you know, let's say that we do get the card draw going, we can kind of spread out some of those auras onto our other creatures. And that really kind of helps us out. Even Gingerbrute, you know, go for the activated ability, can only be blocked by creatures with haste. So just, I don't know, just have the mental effect of imagining what Gingerbrute looks like. It's just running across the battlefield and cannot be touched. So pretty cool. And let's see if, yeah, opponent's going to hold up on this one. And it gains hexproof. I think we're okay with Snakeskin Veil on Toski. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we'll see what we draw into for the turn. Draw into Wild Growth. Let's go for Training onto Toski. So now we're sitting in a 4-3, so we're going to be able to push past Esika. Let's go for the Forest. And do we just want to return for card draw? Yeah, let's do that. Let's go Bow. Put a +1 counter on Toski. Yeah, we've got the mana. We need to get some action going on our side. So let's go for Turn of the Wild Speaker. Draw cards equal to the greatest non-creature. Ooh, there we go. So we hit Enchantress. So let's go for Growthing Enchantress. Let's go for Wild Growth on this Forest. It's going to be an extra card draw. Drawn to War Room. Let's go Bear Umbra on Toski. Okay, Treetop Scout. And that's going to allow us to swing in. All right, so look at, man, that is a beautiful creature right there. All right, so let's go and swing in across with Toski. It's going to be a 7/6. And we're going to hold back with the rest of the crew. All right, so we're going to be able to untap all of our lands, still get a second main phase, and hit Corsair of Crewfix with some card draw. So we're swinging in for a 7/6. They do have Ashen Rider, so they're going to be able to exile Toski, but at this point, we're just dumping a lot of stuff onto the battlefield, and that's going to be very important. So, all right, we're going to see Esika block on this one. We'll do 1 damage for Esika, and then we're going to cash in another card draw. Ooh, drawn to Ancestral Mask. Okay. And then let's do this. So let's go for Corsair of Crewfix. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. That's going to be an extra card draw with a Growthing Enchantress. And that's going to be Yavimaya Hollow on top of our library. So let's go and dump Treetop Scout, because next turn we can maybe set up an Ancestral Mask or something like that. So anything else, we're going to pass the turn. So now we did end up burning that Snakeskin Veil. And so that kind of cleared the way for them to go with Ashen Rider potentially. It's going to be 8 mana, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, they have to hit the land drop to go for Ashen Rider. They do have double black and they do have double white. So We'll see what else they're going for. But at least at this point, this is exactly what you want to happen with an Enchantress build. You end up with this beautiful board state full of value. Oh, that's a bummer. All right, so it's going to hit the reset button. But we still got Ancestral Mass to hit the rebuild button. Still got our crew. We're going to be able to untap with a lot of mana, too. So it's not the end of the world. That did hit Corso crew fix, though, which is unfortunate. But we're looking at a 4/4 Toski, which feels really good. All right, so let's have Forest enter the battlefield. And I think at this point, do we want Yavimaya Hollow? Yeah, let's do that. Let's go for Yavimaya Hollow. Because I can't see us going for War Room. Yeah, let's do that. So Yavimaya Hollow, let's go for Ancestral Mask on Toski. That's going to be an extra card draw. Ooh, Sylvan Awakening. That's going to be 4/4. We Sylvan. That's only going to give us 2 extra creatures. I think at this point, oh, poor Growthian Enchantress. She can't get in for combat damage. That's a bummer. All right, so let's go and swing in with Treetop Scout and Lana Werewolves. This is going to be an extra 3 card draw. And we might be able to set up a Sylvan Awakening win next turn. So there we go. Let's get the card draw going. This is going to be 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at that. Oh, we have achieved it. We hit Predatory Urge. All right. And then Spider Umbra. Okay. So we've got just enough for both. So let's go for Spider Umbra on Toski. That's going to be an additional card draw. And then we'll go for Exploration, because that's going to be an extra land draw. Because we're looking at an Ashen Rider, probably. And so I think at this point, what we probably want to do, we make the land drop for the turn. That's going to be Ancient Tomb. I guess at this point, yeah, actually we end up going for War Room. And then we'll just hold on to Rancor. I mean, we can get it in the extra card draw right now. They're probably going to go Ashen Rider, exile target permanent. That'll go back to our hand. That'll give us a recast. I kind of like that. So we'll try to set up this line of play. So let's go for Rancor on Toski. And the main reason we're doing this is just to get some extra card draw. That's the main thing. And make it good for them to want to go for Ashen Rider on Toski. So anything else, we will pass the turn. Yeah, we'll hold on to Predatory Urge. We do have Ancient Tomb next turn. That we come down, and that's going to leave us with like the Ancient Tomb and one more land. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're actually going to have Sylvan Awakening for 8 creatures. And if they end up going for Ashen Rider, that should seal the deal with all of these forests coming across. So we'll see what else they have. But this, this is pretty much what you want to have with an Enchantress deck. Once you get down your Enchantress card draw piece, just start ripping into card draw and just really flooding the board with a ton of threats. That's going to be the main important thing. You can see our opponent went for Austere Command, and we're back in it. All right, it's going to be 1 damage to each creature with Savage Twister. That's going to get rid of Enchantress. Okay, that's a bummer. But at least we still have Toski on the battlefield. That's going to leave it at 13-11. Oh my goodness, look at that. Now they have to have some sort of exile effect. I mean, even it's indestructible. So, and it has trample. So we'll see what else they got going on. Okay, that's going to be Mythos. Create a token of target permanent. Okay, let's see what, that's just going to be a 1/1 indestructible, basically, which we're going to be able to push past that with trample damage. Okay, so we've got this. There we go. We'll see what else we rip into, but we're going to get Predatory Urge. All right, opponent's going to scoop it up on that one. So we could have put Predatory Urge onto Toski, but you can see, there we go, close it out, We didn't have much going on until we hit a Growthian Enchantress, and then you just start playing into an Enchantress card draw piece, and go from there. You can see that helped us kind of develop the board state. Something like Ancestral Mask is exactly what seals the deal. And of course, having a trample effect, that always matters. So anyway, if you enjoyed Toski Enchantress, Toski Strike, hey, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.